what's going on? Vince Reed here, and welcome to the Internet Traffic Factory Show, episode 1. I'm very excited. My name is Vince Reed, and today I'm going to be sharing with you Facebook Audience Network ads. I'm going to be sharing with you how they work and why you want to be leveraging them. And for those of you who have no idea who I am, my name is Vince Reed. I am the founder and CEO of Internet Traffic Factory. We help business owners and entrepreneurs get more traffic and leads for their business. So if you could use more eyeballs on your products, more leads, and more sales, this is definitely going to be for you. On the other hand, if this stumbled onto your news feed or somehow you stumbled on this video and building a business, marketing, lead generation is not your thing, definitely jump off. I don't want to waste your time. All right, now you're going to get a lot of content and a lot of information about marketing. And if you want to get additional training and additional content, if you search the hashtag Internet Traffic Factory, or if you hashtag Internet Traffic Factory, that allows all of the content to be in one place. So definitely leverage that hashtag. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Here's the game plan. I'm going to share with you what the Facebook Audience Network is and how it works. I'm going to be breaking down the power of Facebook Audience Network ads and why you should be using them. I'm also going to share with you how to use Audience Network to get leads for pennies. You will be blown away when you see how cost effective this strategy is. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So what is the Facebook Audience Network? So as you look at the screen, you'll notice several brands that instantly will allow you to visualize what it is that they do, what it is that they represent immediately, okay, without me even having to say their name. And this is the power of having a large brand. So as you look through, I want you to think about it and ask yourself, do you recognize most of these brands and most of these logos? All right, now those companies that you just saw, okay, they are companies that are consistently in front of you. Okay, they've built amazing brands for themselves and their businesses. They generate billions of dollars in revenue. And one of the main reasons that they're able to do that is because of the brand that they've created. By simply looking at a logo, you know exactly what the name of the company is. You're able to identify them from the logo, the colors. You understand what they do immediately. And this is the power of branding. All right, so where do you actually see big brands? Okay, you see these big brands on TV. Everywhere you look, you see them or hear about them on the radio. You see them on the side of buses. You see them on billboards as you drive by. As you're walking through the mall, you see these brands everywhere. You see them in department stores. You see them all over social media, and you definitely see them on the websites that you visit. Now, big brands have a huge advantage because they understand mass marketing. This is classic guerrilla marketing, and it is with you here in a second what some of these big brands in terms of what they do to get their products and services in front of you so they become recognized. So when you instantly see them, okay, you know exactly what they do and what they represent. Now, today, things have changed quite a bit. You see, small and medium-sized businesses, and on occasion, most of the larger companies as well, can now compete with the major brands as you just saw. Okay, people like you and me can now advertise on websites that many of us could not afford to advertise on before. And that's some of the power of today's marketing platforms. So the question is, how is this actually possible? All right, so the way it's possible, specifically with Facebook, is essentially running ads through what's called Facebook Audience Network. Consider Facebook to have the most powerful ad platform in the world. Billions of users from all over the world sharing their ideas, sharing their photos, sharing what's going on in their life in real time. The beauty of Facebook is the fact that people spend large amounts of time on Facebook. So they have what's called a very long time on site, which is really what all websites strive for, and it's an advertiser's dream. Okay, they also have a large network of partner websites that allow them to advertise on their websites. And this is what a lot of marketers have no idea even exists. Meaning, Facebook allows us, you, the advertiser, to bid on the space that's available on their partner sites. So essentially, Facebook has gone out and found some of the biggest brands in the world that they've partnered with that have available advertising space that up until recently was really only available to the major brands that we talked about earlier. And now you, the advertiser, have the ability to actually run ads that show up off of Facebook on these other sites. So why is this important? It's important because the ads that display off of Facebook are essentially showing up on major websites. So essentially, you're able to go in through Facebook and place ads that actually show up on other websites. Now, the cool part about this is that a lot of times these ads that show up on other websites show up as what's called a native ad, which means that it blends in looking at. So your customer has no idea that you're actually running these ads from Facebook, and they look at you like a complete rock star because now your ads are showing up on several different websites. So here's the power of Facebook Audience Network ads. I want to dive into why it's powerful, and I want to share with you why you definitely should be using them. Now, there's two reasons this is powerful. Okay, this is a huge opportunity for you to get leads and build a huge brand at the very same time. So number one, small brands can appear much larger. So for example, what you're seeing right now on these phones are essentially ads that are essentially placed on Facebook's audience network, but they're showing up on other websites. So for example, this one's showing up on Vinted, this one's showing up on Lifestyle, this one is showing up on Mail Online, and these are people that could just be essentially on those websites, and now all of a sudden they're seeing you and your brand, giving you the ability to brand your business, get additional traffic and clicks outside of Facebook. So here's an example of a large brand actually using this. So for example, here on Lifestyle, you can see that Spotify is actually advertising on this site. But what people aren't aware of is that this ad was actually placed through Facebook's audience network. So you have major brands that are leveraging this, and people like myself, medium-sized, large companies, all leveraging Facebook audience network. And it's one of those things that a lot of people aren't aware of. All right, so number two, the second reason why this is powerful and you want to be using it is Facebook's laser targeting abilities. So Facebook gives you the ability to target people by country, essentially by age demographic, by gender, by essentially more demographics where you can essentially target people based on their relationships, live events, and more, specific and who they're connected with. Essentially, if they're connected with certain individuals that would be interested in your products or services, you're able to place those ads right in front of them. This is powerful because, for example, let's say I went to any of those partner sites that Facebook has to offer, and I would have asked them to place a banner ad. Basically, my ad would show to anyone who visits that site. But when you're using Facebook Audience Network, you're able to target and simply put your ads on those sites, but they only appear to the audience that you want it to appear to. And that's why this is a huge advantage versus you just going to all these other sites and trying to place ads on them. All right, so what does this mean for you? You can now have your brand showing up on major websites, okay? All of the partner sites that are associated with Facebook. Now, because of Facebook's targeting, okay, you can stay in front of your fans and customers consistently. So now not only are they seeing you just on Facebook, okay, they're seeing you on other websites, and now you look like a complete rock star. I want you to think about this from the eyes of your customers. When they see you on Facebook, they say, wow, this person's doing Facebook ads. But when they see you on other websites and the ads are blended in as if they were just meant to be on that website, okay, they don't simply say, oh, they're running a Facebook ad. They go, wow, that person's advertising on this site as well. They must be serious about their business. Okay, this is why that's so powerful. So let me give you an example of how this works. Here's my friend Mark. He sent me this image the other day. It says, LOL, I was reading an article about Tom Hanks on my phone, and as I was scrolling, this is what I saw, and he's kind of laughing, and he sees my ad sitting there right on this article with Tom Hanks, and he goes, how he kind of jokes around, calls me a stalker, which is what I don't mind being called when it comes to advertising. All right, so here's my buddy Stefan. He actually sent me this on my phone. He was looking at some politics stuff, and here I am right under Donald Trump on this particular ad that he was looking at. And actually, I asked him where he actually saw this, and he said it came up on his Flipboard, and he never saw this ad before. And I actually had no idea what Flipboard was, and I'm like, what is a Flipboard? And he says, it's a news and topics curating app. Check it out, it's free. So basically, he gets all of his content from his Flipboard, and there's my ad sitting right there. All right, so here's two different occasions on how my ads are showing up on powerful websites that my audience is essentially visiting each and every day. All right, so how do you actually use the audience network to get leads for pennies? Now, before I reveal to you how to actually set this up so you can start running these ads, it's important that you understand what you have at your fingertips. You know, sometimes people fail to realize the power of certain things that they have. Now, I actually found this content from digday.com. And actually, as you can see here, Steinberg, who's actually the CEO of Daily Mail, as you go on to read here, he basically says that he charges $10 $10,000 for Daily Mail CPM or cost per view model type of advertising. All right, so if you want to get on that site, you're going to have to spend $10,000 for 40,000 views. This is very similar to the Huffington Post. On a CPM basis, you're going to have to spend $30,000 to advertise to get your articles on there to get a lot of impressions on the Huffington Post. Here's insider charges anywhere from $5,000 all the way up to $15,000. Gawker, as you can see here, charges anywhere between $300,000 to $500,000 for sponsored content. And Complex, as you can see here, for a few posts, it'll cost you $250,000. And it can go all the way up for larger brands to $5 to $7 million. Okay, what do you think about that? And here we are with the ability to do it for pennies, leveraging Facebook's audience network. And here's one of my favorites, Forbes. As you can see here, Forbes it's going to cost you anywhere between $50,000 to $75,000 a month, okay, for a minimum of 3 months to advertise and place your ads on Forbes. All right, this is important to understand what big businesses are spending, and most of them are spending this because they have no idea about Facebook's audience network. So take a look at where these sites rank. All right, so for example, you can see here Complex on Alexa, they're number 716 in the United States. You can see the Business Insider, number 104. Daily Mail, number 75 in the United States. Obviously, they get a ton of traffic. Huffington Post, number 34. Forbes, number 82. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. Those sites get a lot of traffic, and that's why those brands are willing to pay that. But today, you have the ability to learn how to do it for pennies on the dollar. All right, so how would your business change if you were advertising like the major brands? Ask yourself, if you were everywhere your customers were looking, if you were able to use Facebook's targeting to put your products in front of your customers, not only on Facebook, but on other websites as well. All right, so let me show you how to actually set this up. Okay, when you go into your ads account and you set up a Facebook ad, okay, when you get to placement, it's going to ask you if you want to essentially go and target the audience network. And as long as that's checked, okay, you're going to be able to have your ads show up on different websites all over the world. Now, here's what's cool about it. As you can see, best of all, you can get clicks for pennies. So look at this, over 2 million impressions. Okay, I'm getting clicks for actually, in some cases, under a cent. It cost me $21.34 to basically advertise and get clicks and essentially leverage the content or the Facebook audience network. All right, so here's some things that you should know, all right? Because it's very important that you understand the big picture when it comes to advertising on Facebook's audience network. All right, so targeting is very important, okay? It's not about what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. It's not about you being able to simply advertise on other websites off of Facebook. The advantage is the fact that you're able to advertise off of Facebook, but only have your ads show up to people that are interested in your products and services. All right, so if you get a lot of traffic and a lot of clicks, what this means, okay, is a depleted ad budget with little to no results. Okay, that's what most people see. Okay, so for example, they don't understand targeting, they don't understand what they're doing, so they'll go try to do this and they get a ton of clicks, but it's the wrong clicks and it's to the wrong audience. Okay, so you want to make sure you have your targeting on point and you understand exactly what you need to do actually after you get the click, which is why Audience Network works the best if you know how to follow up with retargeting. Okay, and if you're not familiar with what retargeting is, that basically means if a person clicks on your ad, you have the ability to keep advertising to them. So if you're getting a lot of clicks and a lot of traffic, it's best to continue to build an audience if you're going to leverage this strategy. All right, so we just went over a lot of information. Hopefully you see the big picture when it comes to leveraging Facebook's audience network. Now, for those of you that want to dive deeper into Facebook audience network, as you can see, we just went below the surface, but there's a lot more of that information that you want to learn if you're going to be leveraging that. Okay, this is what I want you to do next for those of you that want to dive deeper. Okay, if you're not viewing this on my blog, okay, click on the link in the description of this video. So somewhere around this video, okay, there'll be a link there. Depending on where you're watching it, there might actually be a link that shows up right on the video. Okay, so you can click on that, because that will take you to the full video post. Now on the full video post, I'm going to actually go into more strategies and give you some bonus strategies and concepts so you can understand exactly how Facebook's audience network works. Okay, and this is going to be information that's actually not in this video. So make sure you get to the full post. And again, the link should be in the description, or depending on where you're watching it, a link could actually show up right on the video. All right. Now, for those of you who really want to master audience network ads to get leads as soon as possible, you want your brand in front of people all over the web. Okay. I want you to gain access to a micro niche course I just created titled Audience Network Secrets. All right. So when you click on that link and you go to the full post, that's going to give you information, but it's also going to give you information on how you can get your hands on audience network secrets. So this is what you're going to learn in this micro niche course. So what is a micro niche course? It's just me getting really detailed and focused specifically on the specific topic. All right. So I go into great depth on showing you how to set up everything you need to know when it comes to Facebook's audience network. So here's what you'll learn in the micro niche course. Okay, so essentially I'm going to share with you how to set up a Facebook ads account. Okay, so if you don't have a Facebook ads account, I'm going to walk you through setting up a Facebook ads account. I'm going to show you how to run your first Facebook audience network ad so you can have ads up and running immediately. I'm going to share with you who to target so you don't lose money, which I think is the number one thing that you must master and probably the most important and the one thing that people do wrong that cause them to lose money. And then I'm also going to dive into strategies to convert Facebook audience network traffic into leads and sales. Again, it's not about what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. So I'm going to show you exactly how I leverage it, when I leverage it, and how I actually convert that traffic into sales inside of that micro niche course. So step one is to simply click on the link in the description of this video. It'll take you to the full video post where I'll break down in depth more bonus strategies, and I'll also share with you how you can get your hands on the micro niche course, basically going deep into Facebook audience network secrets. All right, so hopefully you got a ton of value, and I know some of you may have had your aha moment where you can see how these big brands have basically placed themselves directly in your mind, so you know exactly what they do without even thinking about it, and that's the power of leveraging Facebook audience network. So if you got value from these and you want to be notified when we have future shows and when we dive deep into other lead generation and marketing strategies, please feel free to like, comment, and share. I go through all of the comments and actually will answer you back. Also, if you have any questions or you want to learn something else, maybe on a different topic, go ahead and leave that comment below. And you never know, that might be the topic of our next show. And for those of you who want to basically do, I would say, I'm giving you the biggest favor or honor possible. That would be you sharing this content with your audience or other people that you feel could get value for this training. So definitely feel free to share as well. All right, so hopefully you got a ton of value, and I look forward to seeing you on the next show. Take care.